is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
"8:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by J. Yogaraj. First, the headlines. Girandrukote town will be developed after 40 years under the instruction of the Prime Minister. Work on eastern terminal of the Colombo Harbour will commence tomorrow. The Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea will arrive in Sri Lanka next week. A special COVID-19 vaccination week is operative until the 17th of this month. News overseas, North Korea fires second suspected missile in 6 days. In sports, the first ever cycle race to be held on a highway hill be on January 14th from Meerigama to Kurunagala. And those are the headlines. Girandrukote town will be developed. The program will be carried out under the 100 Cities Development Program, a program introduced by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. This town was built under the Rapid Mahaweli Development Program in 1980s. Since then, the town had no proper attention. Work on the eastern terminal of the Colombo Harbour will commence tomorrow. Plans have been made to complete work by 4th of July 2024. Minister Rohit Abiy Gunawardena says in Colombo today that the aim is to make Colombo Port high container handling harbour by 2035. Foreign Minister Professor G.L. Pires and Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea, Park Byung-sang, held discussions recently at the Speaker's office, National Assembly in Seoul. Speaker Byung-sang showed keen interest in the parliamentary system under Sri Lanka's constitution, especially such features as the executive presidential system with the framework of cabinet government. The Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea accepted the invitation extended to him by Foreign Minister G.L. Pires to visit the Parliament of Sri Lanka. He will arrive in Sri Lanka on 18th January for a 3-day visit. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Get an extra 10 rupees for every dollar sent by your loved ones abroad.
The Director General of the Health Services, Dr. Hasele Gunawardena, says a special COVID-19 vaccination week is operative from today to 17th of this month. Thereby, instructions have been given to establish 4 additional vaccination centres in all MOH areas. Further, a separate vaccination centre is in operation at each provincial, teaching and base hospital until 8 p.m. If anyone is unable to arrive at the vaccination clinic, they can inform the nearest MOH office to obtain the mobile service to receive their COVID shot. Dr. Gunawardena continued. Speaking further in this regard, the Health Services DG said mobile vaccination clinics will be provided to the residents of housing complexes in Colombo as well. The Director General of Health Services has confirmed 15 more coronavirus-related deaths for January 11, increasing the death toll in the country due to the virus pandemic to 15,149. The deaths reported today include 10 males and 5 females. Another 134 patients have recovered from COVID-19 infection within the last 24 hours. This brings the total number of COVID-19 recoveries in the country to 567,360. As per official figures, approximately 9,955 virus-infected patients are being treated in the country at present. Sri Lanka has seen a total of 592,449 positive cases of COVID-19 so far since the outbreak of the pandemic. President's Counsel Salia Pires has been re-elected as the President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka. Attorney at Law Isuru Balapatipandi has been elected as the Secretary of the Bar Association. They were elected uncontested for the year 2022-2023. Mr. Pires was elected as the 26th president of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka in February last year. And that's local news.
Get an extra 10 rupees for every dollar sent by your loved ones abroad. Receive your money instantly via People's Bank.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Cabinet of Ministers has approved to import 200,000 metric tons of Nadu rice and 100,000 metric tons of GR2 short grain rice as a substitute for Samba rice to ensure the availability of the required rice consignments in the open market. The Trade Minister says that this will lead to decreased prices of rice in the local market as well. And that was top news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In watch light, the Railway Department has launched raids to nab passengers who travel by train without tickets. In such raid conducted recently, the flying squad officials have nabbed over 50 such passengers. Some have travelled in first and second classes, having tickets meant for the third class. The railway security officials warn the passengers to keep their tickets in hand while travelling in trains or else face legal circumstances. And that was Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
First, North Korea fires second suspected missile in 6 days. Man gets genetically modified pig heart in world first transplant. Magawa, the landmine sniffing hero rat, dies aged 8. And those are the headlines of the world news. North Korea has fired a suspected missile less than a week after it launched what it claimed was a hypersonic missile. South Korea said it detected the launch of at 7:27 local time on today. Japan's Coast Guard also reported the launch, saying North Korea had fired a missile-like object. It comes shortly after 6 countries issued a statement urging the North to cease its destabilizing actions. A US man has become the first person in the world to get a heart transplant from a genetically modified pig. David Bennett, 57, is being 3 days after the experimental 7-hour procedure in Baltimore, doctors say. The transplant was considered the last hope of saving Mr. Bennett's life, though it is not yet clear what his long-term chances of survival are. Magawa, the famous mine-clearing rat, who was awarded a gold medal for his heroism, has died at the age of 8. In a 5-year career, the rat sniffed out over 100 landmines and other explosives in Cambodia. Magawa was the most successful rat trained by the Belgian charity Apopo to alert human handlers about the mines so they can be safely removed. And that was World News.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take all out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Sabaragamuwa Province Governor Tikiriko Bagadua says the world's first international gem city to promote Sri Lankan gems will be established in the heart of Ratnapura New Town. The proposed state-of-art international gem city will be constructed on a 15-acre land owned by the Urban Development Authority. The construction work of the Gem City project will be carried out with the assistance of the People's Bank and a group of gem merchants in Ratnapura and suburb areas. And that was Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
In sports, the first ever cycle race to be held on a highway will be worked off on January 14th from Meerigama Highway entrance at 8:30 a.m. The race, covering a distance of 80 kilometers from Meerigama to Kurunagala towards the highway road, marks a new chapter for the cyclists, as for the first time they will be able to participate in a race without any road traffic. The cycle race will be conducted by the Cycling Federation in collaboration with the Sports Ministry.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
People's Bank recently announced that it had facilitated 82.6 million transactions worth over 1.2 trillion rupees during the year 2021 through its island-wide network of ATMs, CDMs and self-banking systems. The second largest commercial bank in Sri Lanka, People's Bank also enjoys the largest consumer base in Sri Lanka, counting over 14 million customers.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
People's Bank of Sri Lanka has been removed from the blacklist of the Economic and Commercial Office of the Embassy of People's Republic of China. People's Bank was blacklisted by the Economic and Commercial Office of the Chinese Embassy in Sri Lanka for failing to make the payment according to the letter of credit and the contracts between two parties. Following the payment to Kundawo Seawind Biotech Group in accordance with the letter of credit terms and with the clearance from the courts, the People's Bank has been removed from the blacklist.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The weather report.
The Met Department says the low-level atmospheric disturbance still persists in the vicinity of Sri Lanka. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in northern, north-central, eastern and Uva provinces and in Matale, Nuwara and Hambantota districts. Fairly heavy showers above 50 millimeters may occur at some places in the Uva province and in Batticaloa, Ampara, Polonnaruwa, Hambantota and Matale districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in western and Sabrakama provinces and in Galle, Mathura and Kandy districts. Before we wind up this news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. Girandurukote town will be developed after 40 years under the instruction of the Prime Minister. Work on the eastern terminal of the Colombo harbour will commence tomorrow. The Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea will arrive in Sri Lanka next week. A special COVID-19 vaccination week is operative until the 17th of this month. With that, we conclude this news broadcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.